Hello, boys and girls of all ages. Let's talk about a quick one here today. Remember when Bill Clinton ran for re-election? Who did the Republicans put up there? It was Bob Dole. And in all honesty, Bob Dole had about a 2% chance of winning that race, and the Republicans knew it. That's why they put Bob Dole up. I love Bob Dole. The man is a hero. The man is intelligent. The man's conservative. He served his country in both the military and in his service in the Congress. I'm not saying anything at all was wrong with Bob Dole. But he was just not a candidate who was going to beat Bill Clinton. There wasn't any point in trying. And as Clinton said, it's the economy, stupid. And I don't know if it's researchable at this point or not, but I can't remember if it's Sandy Berger or one of the guys that was a Clinton aide came out in the whole life and times of Clinton later on, just a couple years after his side note here, after his term had ended in the White House, and said that they were in the garden around the White House, and Clinton actually told him, Clinton raised taxes in his second term, and he did that in exchange for signing the Republicans' Welfare Reform Act. And somebody had said that while they were in the garden one day after that, he had said, I think I raised taxes too much. 3%. 3% was too much. And in a curious note, and of course, most of these lawmakers and politicians know, even if you're on the left or right side, what the economy takes. I say most. I'm starting to wonder what the economy takes to churn. And Bill Clinton was a moderate. I voted for Bill Clinton. He was, another side note, Bill Clinton actually enacted Confederate Flag Day in Arkansas when he was governor. In some cases, he would have been called a Republican, and in some cases, a Democrat. And for what the Democrat Party was then, nowadays he would be considered a Republican, practically conservative. But, he was a moderate. And third side note, he was actually the last Democrat I ever voted for, and will be the last Democrat I ever voted for. But anyway. And at the end of Clinton's term, Bush, when he came in office, came into a, I'm going to call it a recession. I guess it could, because it's the 3 quarters in a row have negative growth. I guess it's technically recession. So he did inherit a recession from Bill Clinton, and Bill Clinton raised taxes about his second year, and by the 4th year he was in a recession. Because the effects of raising taxes started to take its toll on the economy. Henceforth, Trump lowered taxes, got rid of burden regulation, and what's happening now, great economy. Which brings me to the point of this video. Like Bill Clinton said, it's the economy, stupid. So the funny thing is, I'm sitting here looking at myself thinking, there is no way in hell the Democrats think they actually have a chance for winning the 2020 election of the presidency. It's just an economy this good. The foreign policy, where they're liking how it's going, I do think the only thing that may make a huge difference is how the American people are viewing Trump's Supreme Court picks. If the middle, and let's face it, half the people are third of the people are going to vote Democrat, third of the people are going to vote Republican, no matter what. The middle, it's actually a little more than a third. It's in the middle. It's like, a little less than a third, a little less than a third, and a little more than a third. If they, the Supreme Court's one of those things that can make a difference over and above, like, economics and foreign policies and stuff. If they don't see that as being a problem of what Trump has done. If don't have any funky rulings or anything come out, then it probably won't affect the outcome of the election. So I know, all the Democrat, I'm not saying the politician side, but all the Democrat constituents. But we have to get rid of Trump. We have to get rid of Trump. He is so bad. We have to get rid of Trump. No Trump. And the funny thing is, like, seriously, do you actually think that there's a snowball's chance in hell that Trump's going anywhere in 2020? The answer is no. Again, notwithstanding something funky happening like the Supreme Court or something. Or, there's time left. Of course, anything can happen. The question is, are we going to get the House back? I think. Because it is economy stupid. Trump haven't really started campaigning yet. What do you call, not creepy Joe Biden, sleepy Joe Biden, and something for Pete Buttigieg, and Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, and all these little nicknames he gives. I saw a Democrat on TV today talking about, this doesn't help Trump doing that. Yeah, actually it does. But it's like funny, Democrats think, well, I don't have to actually assess anything wherever I say, because I believe it must be the truth to everybody. It's kind of like, I think what the Democrats are doing on this whole collusion and obstruction of justice thing is, if you keep repeating it enough, people will believe it. There's an old saying: tell somebody they're stupid enough, eventually they believe it themselves. So I think that's what the Democrats are basically trying: just keep telling the public that Trump did bad things, and maybe they'll believe it. But and everybody wakes up, and there's jobs abundantly, out there. He is working on North Korea, and most people, I know the Democrats, but North Korea is going bad because of this. North Korea has gone better than any other president has gotten to that point in North Korea. Trade's coming along if the Democrats will sign it. If they don't sign it, then the House is going to get kicked out in 2020, so that somebody will sign it. The UN, other countries actually starting to pay their fair share. That's right, fair share. Everything's going good. Literally everything that Trump is doing is going good. Most people support the border wall. So Democrats are losing on that issue too. The immigration thing alone is probably going to lose them. Would probably lose the Democrats. That's basically what lost them in 2016. So notwithstanding anything else, it's just not going to win. So whoever gets put up there is just like a stab in the dark at maybe we can do it. And funny thing is, I'm actually starting to think that they're going to believe that they are a actual candidate with a chance, and Democrat constituents are going to believe that it's like an actual candidate with a chance, and it just ain't going to get close. And it's just going to be funny considering the press. But most people in the United States understand what the press is at this point. Sure, Democrats love the press. Oh, those press just being honest because they think what I do and that's just honest. No, most people in the middle, you look at polls are showing they've got less than 15% trust from American people. How much more than 15% Democrats in this country? So no, everybody understands what the press is at this point. And you've got the internet. You've got so many news sources that aren't traditional now, and just these untraditional news sources that people see the economic news and all the news that the liberal press isn't putting out there. And they're seeing stuff that's giving opposing views that people say, well, the press said this, and CNN or the Sunday talk shows, here's this. I kind of looked at it a little bit, and I kind of agree with this more than I do what they said because they're biased. So everybody pretty much understands that the press is biased at this point. But still, with as much negative publicity as the mainstream media has provided, as much damage as the Democrats are trying to do, and still are going to lose the election. That's pretty funny. Question is, in my lifetime, and I'm in my 50s now, will the Democrats ever have power again? Because if things just keep going well, I never really understood. We had Reagan 8 years, and then Bush, and I went for Clinton because back then I was young. I was basically grown up as a Democrat, and I should say in a Democrat household. So that's what I was fed. So at this point, I don't understand why, because things are going good under Bush. He did raise taxes a little better for saying no new taxes, read my lips, and that's one of the things I used. But look at now, well, things change. And the Democrats are trying to hang this infrastructure thing around Trump's head, saying, hey, we'll do the infrastructure. You're going to have to raise taxes to pay for it, so we can run out there then and say, he said he wasn't going to raise taxes, but look, he raised taxes. You know what? Things change. And if you sit here and say, I'm going to make a decision now, and no matter what in the future, that decision's never going to change, you're a moron. Because unless you're psychic, you're probably psychotic. Because you can't tell me what's going to happen in the future. And, if Trump raised taxes and I look at it and say, well, that was necessary. I'm not going to say, well, Trump broke a promise. I'm going to say, well, Trump did what he had to do. And most people are anymore, no matter what the Democrats are. He said you weren't going to. Trump broke his promise to you, and we care about him raising taxes. He wasn't supposed to. Yeah, right, you stupid morons. We're stupid. We can understand that. And that's the funny thing is Democrats actually think everybody else is stupid. But for the most part, things are going good then. I don't see why I got replaced. Trump's going to win. Things still going good at the end of 2024. The next Republican's going to win. And look back at the history of the country. Most of history we've had Republican president, Democrat-controlled Congress to balance everything out. So it's kind of normal anyway. But it's just, I had to bring out the point. I'm sorry, Democrats. If you're sitting there thinking, we're going to take back in 2020 because Trump's so bad, you're the only one that thinks Trump's that bad. Sure, the middle of America's thinking, yeah, he runs his mouth or he's crude. But man, my paycheck, my bank account, and you're not going to beat that with, we're going to sell you socialism and tell you you're going to make less money. And Joe Biden, we're going to take America back to where it was when I was in the Obama administration and we lost all those jobs and didn't have crap for income, for wage increases and stuff. Like, really? And I guarantee it's going to come out Biden was involved in this Russia collusion scandal crap where they come up with shit to try and stop Trump. He was in some of the meetings, and it'll come out some, and his son needs to go to jail. Biden needs to go to jail. He goes to the Ukraine government when they're investigating his son and tells them, I have the power. If you don't fire the guy who's investigating my son, I'm a stop all aid to your country. Is that what you want for president? Somebody who uses the government for their own personal benefit? I mean, honestly, that's fascism, and if you want it, you're a fascist. It's the same thing with Hillary Clinton. There's no God's way in hell that Hillary Clinton should be president because that's how she views government. Okay, I'm going to go out on a little bit of a tangent and a little bit of a unverified, but good and well, pay for play. She was selling access through her foundation to get her to enrich her life, selling our freaking government. And that's kind of the Democrat way, But anyway, put it out there. Yeah, seriously, people, if you think there's any way in hell that the Democrats are going to have any chance in 2020, you're kidding yourself. It's a joke. Whoever they put up there is going to be a little straw man to test out the waters, to see if they can get Well, I would say that, except I think the Democrats, that the individual constituents, are dumb enough to think this is actually, they're going to be voting for people they actually going to think they have a chance. But what it should be is, you put out there, you throw your total Liberty Bernal Sanders or something up there, Elizabeth Warren, to see how well it's received for your socialists to move forward in your agenda, if you're smart. If you're going to put a Biden or a Buttigieg up there, it's just going to be a walk away laughter, and you're going to learn nothing, you're going to get nothing, and I think going to lose the House. I'm not psychic, not psychotic. You know the difference between being psychic and being psychotic? When you're psychic, you know everything. When you're psychotic, you know everything. And boy, it pisses you off. But anyway, I'm not psychic or psychotic. I don't know what the future holds. I just feel Republicans are getting that House back.